But in reality, they're a necessity, just the way the state of Idaho does funding with education.
North Idaho voters recently passed levies to support education. Tonight, what it means for students in the districts.
Sunny skies dominate the forecast and temperatures keep climbing. We're near 90 degrees by the weekend.
Washington State launches a new database for more transparency. At 5 tonight, we learn how the use of force data aims to help the community. Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan. We kick things off tonight with your forecast. It looks like the weather is going to get warmer and warmer this week. Let's get right outside to Chief Meteorologist Jeremy DeGoo. Jeremy, you ditched the sunglasses for your 5 p.m. hit, but the sun's still there.
Here's the problem, Mark. Last week, for some reason during the 5 o'clock show, the sun was just low enough that it was going behind a tree a little bit. But the difference 1 week makes is that now it's up high enough that it's still shining in my face. So I guess you'll learn a lesson even as a meteorologist. Sun angles, they're crazy. It's actually one of my favorite things to talk about. But 69 degrees where we currently sit, dew point of 23 puts our relative humidity at 18%. When we get those relative humidities down in the teens or single digits, that's when we are drying out our atmosphere, our ground, and our vegetation quite rapidly. And the bad news is it only gets hotter and drier in the coming days. We're pretty close to 70 in eastern Washington and North Idaho, and that's pretty close to average right now. Mid 70s out in central Washington, but watch how this plays out. Sunshine dominates, and you zoom out and you see why. Here comes a ridge of high pressure building in off the coast, and as that ridge moves in, all of our storm activity moves out, and we just wind up sunnier, and with the sunny, dry atmosphere accompanying the ridge, warmer. We wake up to temps in the 40s tomorrow. By tomorrow afternoon, we're back in the mid 70s in eastern Washington, North Idaho, near 80 out in central Washington. Even warmer Wednesday, 78 for us, 83 on Thursday, and those temps keep climbing. We'll talk that in the full forecast.
All right, sounds good, Jeremy. Thank you very much. Tonight we are learning about a deadly crash near Diamond Lake that killed an elderly woman. It happened last Wednesday. The 87-year-old stopped at the intersection of Fars Lane and State Route 2, but she failed to yield for a second car traveling northbound on State Route 2. The Deer Park woman was first transferred to a Newport hospital, then Sacred Heart, where she passed away. Happening in less than an hour, the Spokane City Council will discuss 2 ordinances related to homelessness. As KREM 2's Connor McAvoy reports, they are meant to tackle both the causes and impacts of homelessness in the city.
The 2 ordinances council members are talking about tonight are reinstating Proposition 1, which sought to ban camping around schools and parks, as well as an initiative designed by Mayor Lisa Brown known as Home Starts Here. Prop 1's designed to ban camping around schools and parks. Back in April, the Washington State Supreme Court struck it down, saying it exceeded local initiative powers. But their decision still left local leaders with the ability to vote on reinstating it with an ordinance. Spokane City Council voted against it in April, and now that ordinance is one of 2 on homelessness being discussed tonight. Another ordinance related to homelessness is Mayor Brown's Home Starts Here initiative. The mayor says the plan is a different approach to homelessness that would align all city departments on housing insecurity and prevention plans. Its goals would include expanding home ownership rates as well as growing the median household income. Mayor Brown's against Prop 1 as a solution to homelessness in Spokane. Council's not expected to vote on either of these ordinances tonight. They're hoping to hear from the community about these plans before going any further with them. I'll have more on what they and community members have to say about both later tonight. Connor McAvoy, KREM 2 News.
Some local Idaho schools celebrating this week after voters approved more funding. Recently, levies were passed throughout the state of Idaho that will bolster education funding for it, rather. Those include a 2-year, $7.5 million replacement levy in the Lakeland School District and a nearly $12 million 2-year levy in the Post Falls District. Both these levies include funding for the Kootenai Technical Education Campus, which gives high school students hands-on learning experiences. KREM 2's Regan Gallo went to the school today to find out more about what the money means.
From the auto shop to the nursing program, the Kootenai Technical Education Campus is gearing up for about 33% of growth next year. That's what officials tell me. With local levies passing with support, the students and staff can feel excited that class will still be in session next year. Sometimes just a paper and pen just doesn't do it for all students.
Hi, my name is Corey Anderson, and I am part of the K-Tech Automotive class, so all this right behind us.
The Kootenai Technical Education Campus, known as K-Tech, offers programs across the trades like auto, medical, construction, plumbing, and cybersecurity.
It's just a fun place to be, and everyone here is great. Everyone's respectful and kind to you, and you feel like you belong here.
Students spend half their day at K-Tech and the other half at their high school.
They get the best of both worlds. They get to attend their sending high school, be part of that sending high school, but then also come out here to K-Tech and get their vocational training.
The campus was created in 2012 with support and funding from Post Falls, Coeur d'Alene, and Lakeland Joint School Districts. The funding for K-Tech is broken down on your screen. After the Lakeland Joint School District's initial levy failed last fall, K-Tech Director Bill White told KREM 2 that if the second attempt didn't pass, they would do everything possible to ensure students could continue their learning.
They call them a supplemental levy, but in reality, they're a necessity, just the way the state of Idaho does funding with education.
K-Tech students are now still pursuing their passions after Kootenai County election results show over 60% of voters said yes in support of levies for both Lakeland and Post Falls. Officials from Post Falls School District says their portion covers about $393,000.
Main motivation is to get these guys pointed in the right direction so when they get done with high school, they're ready to go somewhere.
K-Tech campus officials also tell me they're adding another class to the auto shop next year to meet with the high demand. So there's lots of things in store for the students. I'm reporting here in Rathdrum at the K-Tech campus. Regan Gallo, KREM 2 News.
A man arrested over the weekend for a drive-by shooting faced a judge this afternoon. Police say 32-year-old Zachary Gring shot at a house and a car in northeast Spokane Saturday, belonging to someone he was having a relationship with. Later that afternoon, police say they pulled over a car and two people ran from them. They eventually found and arrested Gring and 26-year-old Allie Alderson. Both of them were booked into the Spokane County Jail on charges of drive-by shooting. Gring was ordered to be held on $50,000 bail. Happening right now, an endangered missing person alert has been issued for 3 young girls. State troopers and Wenatchee police say they were possibly taken by their father. On your screen is 9-year-old Peyton, 8-year-old Evelyn, and 5-year-old Olivia. They were last seen at about 5 p.m. on Friday in Wenatchee. Police say the girls were with their father for a planned visit, but they have not yet returned or heard from them. Troopers say 32-year-old Travis Decker was driving a white 2017 GMC Sierra pickup with Washington plates. If you see them, you're asked to call 911. We are just getting started here on KREM 2 News at 5 tonight. As temperatures rise, wildfires in the inland northwest become a bigger concern. After the break, what firefighters are doing to prepare. But first, a new practice in law enforcement to increase transparency. We'll show you how the use of force data aims to help the community. And Crime Nations this week focuses on the Moscow murders. Watch KSKN 22 this Thursday at 9 p.m. as we near Brian Koberger's upcoming trial in August.